Or rather these, are the Air Moves series issued by die Deutsche Bundesbank from 2019 to 2021. The series was issued in both uncirculated and proof strikes, and I have the uncirculated strikes to show you today. Today's topic was chosen by viewers like you through the poll I post on the community tab after each video. For those of you who voted blue or green, those subjects will have more chances later. Be sure to look at today's after the video. The most obvious feature shared by all three is the striking translucent polymer ring inserted between the core and the outer metal ring. This technology was originally developed at German state mints and was revealed to great fanfare in 2016, as it supposedly makes coins as difficult to counterfeit as banknotes while still retaining most of the cost advantages of coinage. While it hasn't escaped into circulation yet, Die Bundesbank has been testing the polymer ring concept on collector's coins since 2016. Starting with the 2016 Planet Earth coin, and has been issuing series of 5 and 10 euro coins with the technology since. The first coin in this series, the 2019 issue, has In der Luft, or in the air, written at the top, angled such that Luft is at the very top of the coin. The rest of the design is comprised by a paraglider and a mountainous landscape. Interestingly, the design spans all three rings: the base metal core, the inner polymer ring, and the outer alloy ring. The text Luft, Bewegt, German for air moves, is embossed on the side of the coin, which is otherwise smooth. The obverse was designed by Natalie Tecampe, who I wasn't able to find much information on. The 2020 issue showcases the sport of land sailing, which evolved out of various attempts to build usable land vehicles using the same principles as boats. It has the text on land, and I'm sure you don't need me to translate that, written at the top. The imagery is of a sand yacht, one of the terms used to refer to the vehicles in the sport. It's cruising along some sort of path. Once again, the design spans all three pieces of the coin. This time, the outer ring has this sort of copper color to it. I think it's meant to evoke thoughts of sand or dirt. In either case, I'm a fan. It looks quite nice. This time, the obverse was designed by Andre Whitting, who also designed the reverse of all the other coins. He's also responsible for several other German releases. Unfortunately, I again don't have much more information, as the coin designers aren't exactly famous, but I'll put the resources I found in the description for further reading. And finally, the 2021 issue, Auf dem Wasser, or On the Water. The first thing my eyes went to is the blue outer ring. I don't have any other coins with that color in my collection, so this is a pretty unique feature on top of the polymer ring. This coloration can apparently be owed to the inclusion of oxidized niobium in the alloy used. Spanning all three components is an image of a few athletes windsurfing, because just putting some sailboats or something on it would have been too simple for the Germans. Really though, it's a cool design and I like the stylization of the water. The obverse was designed by painter-sculptor Daniel Engelberg. As mentioned before, the reverse of all three was designed by Andre Whitting. The design shows a stylized eagle, Germany's heraldic animal, framed with Bundesrepublik Deutschland, along with the mint mark, strike year, face value, and the 12 stars representing the European Union. The face value is 10 euros for each coin, currently about 11 US dollars. I obtained each for about $15 as they released, which is in line with what Numista says they're worth. 5 and 10 euro denominations aren't seen on circulation coinage, but they're fairly common for the collector's issues, which we can see on these examples from Finland and the Netherlands. Now it's time for the purple score. As this is a 3-for-1, I'll be scoring them together unless otherwise noted. First is the weakened category. Styling-wise, each coin gets a 7 out of 10 except for the 2021 On the Water issue, which gets an 8 out of 10 thanks to the blue outer ring. Onto handling, they get a 7 out of 10. They're reasonably sized and easy to store. Next is the cool factor, where again, the 2019 and 2020 issues get a 7 out of 10, and the 2021 gets an 8 out of 10 because of the color of the ring. Finally, importance. These are just commemorative releases, and whether the polymer ring will go anywhere remains to be seen, so they all get a 6 out of 10. Now for the daily category. As far as practicality goes, they get a 4 out of 10 across the board. As these aren't denominations usually seen in circulation, they'd be hard to spend, and they don't have any bullion value either. Security-wise, they're a solid 8 out of 10. The polymer ring is a really cool security feature. For quality, they all get a 7 out of 10. Long-term durability remains to be seen, and the strikes aren't super detailed. For value, these are all 10 euro or 11 US dollar coins bought for and worth $15. Punching that in, it gets a score of 7 out of 10. Adding all this up, the 2019 and 2020 issues get a 27 out of 40 in the weekend category and a 26 out of 40 in the daily category. This is a 53 out of 80 composite score, or a final score of 66%, placing them just beneath the 2020 2-ounce Canada Goose. The 2021 gets a 29 out of 40 in the weekend category, slightly higher than the preceding issues thanks to the blue ring, and a 26 out of 40 in the daily category. This is a 55 out of 80 composite score for a final score of 69%, placing it just above the Goose. Thank you for watching.